right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So the prejudging for the Everest Muscle Stars Poland Pro Open Bodybuilding just wrapped up. So here you have your final four call out. It's kind of easy if you guys don't know who these guys are because they're all wearing different colors here. So in the pink or reddish color is Pablo Lopez. In the royal blue color is Joan Purdells. The light blue color, and of course on the end there you have Akeem Williams. So this is an interesting call out. It looks like the top two is going to be Andrea Presti and Joan Purdells. Two very different physiques. I feel like Joan has been kind of the breakout star of the last few shows that he's done, even though he hasn't won any of them. He's made a pretty big impression. He's definitely made a lot of improvements. He's added a lot of size. He almost beat Keon Pearson at the Prague Pro a couple weeks ago. In fact, he was tied with Keon at the prejudging of that show. He was also very impressive at the British Grand Prix a week prior to that. So the question is, will this finally be the show that Joan is able to win? And it's a tough one because I think it's clearly between him and Andrea Presti. Andrea seems to be a lot tighter, a lot better conditioned, but Joan has a lot more size. He's a lot more proportional because his lower body looks a lot bigger than Andrea's. But then from the back, Andrea's lower body looks a lot tighter than Joan's, and even from the front, but the size difference in the legs is very noticeable here. Joan's legs are a lot bigger, but again, almost every shot, Andrea is a lot tighter in the lower body. And then again, Akeem Williams actually looks pretty good here. I know he didn't do, as well as he was hoping to do at the Olympia. He was 16th at the O. Akeem looks pretty good here too. But they did keep Akeem on the outside every time they moved him around in this call-out. They kept him on the outside, so it doesn't look like he's going to be top two. I think it is between Joan and Andrea Presti, and I think it's a tough one. I personally prefer Joan in a lot of these shots, even though he's not as conditioned as Presti. I just think the size difference in that lower body is so noticeable that might overcome the difference in conditioning between him and Andrea. And I should also mention that this is a two-day show. So today was the prejudging for this show. Tomorrow will be the final. So all these guys do have a full day to come in better, which includes Joan. So I say that to say if Joan comes in tighter tomorrow, I think he wins this show. I feel like it's kind of an apples and oranges top two here because Andrea is so conditioned, and that's what he's known for. But I just feel like Joan has so much more size. And, even in the upper body, too, now that I'm looking at it, first I kind of noticed the lower body because I think that's kind of one of the weaker points of Andrea. But even in the upper body, I think Joan has more size just overall than Andrea. And he's not in bad condition. He's just not quite as tight as Presti is here. And we've talked a lot this year about the young guys, about the new talent in bodybuilding. I think Joan is probably about to get his name added to that list. He's had a pretty impressive past couple of showings. And if he ends up winning this show, I think it's going to be the beginning of probably a very bright future for him if he makes it to the Olympia 2026. Because, again, watching his individual routine, he's very impressive. I mean, the guy, he's got a very small waist. He's aesthetically pleasing. He's got a ton of size. This year has been the biggest I've seen him. And even though he ended up in 5th at the Prague Pro, you got to think about how competitive that lineup was, even to be in that call-out with, Keon, Crizzo, Martin, and Sampson. I feel like that's an example of a show where a young guy being in that call-out is impressive enough. And then being able to tie with Keon at the prejudging there. 3-time 212 Mr. Olympia champ, some people say is the pound-for-pound best bodybuilder in the world. Joan's been pretty impressive with what he's done so far, and maybe this is going to be the show that gets him that ticket to his Olympia debut. So 3rd at the British Grand Prix, 5th at the Prague Pro. Is the Poland Pro going to be his first win? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification icon if you have not already. Let me know who you've got winning the Poland Pro, and tomorrow we have the finals. As always, I love you guys, appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power signing out. All right, guys, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Also, check out my Instagram at NickStrengthPower. my Facebook page, which is simply Nick Strength and Power, my secondary YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Vlogs, for vlogs and bonus content that you will not see on this channel, and consider subscribing to my third YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Pokemon, which is all things Pokemon and trading card games, completely unrelated to this channel. So if you're into that, give that one a look. And all links to merchandise and social media will be in the description box below. If you guys want a Nick Strength and Power t-shirt, that will be in the Shopify link below. Have a great day.